Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah Beth and today we're going to be building my October TBR. So I'm not sure how this happened, but my intro clip just vanished off the face of the earth and I'm not sure where it went. So I was literally about to export the video and I realized, wait, when did I edit the intro? Because a lot of the time I film the intro at the end and it wasn't there. Refilming this really quickly for you guys. Also, I'm gonna repeat myself, you don't know this, but I'm gonna repeat myself at the end of the video, and I realized in editing I should have brought it up at the beginning because a lot of you don't watch all the way through. Totally understandable, I understand. I wanted to know if there was any interest in maybe doing a book club. I had a fabulous book club when I lived in Auburn, and then I also had a really great one in Augusta, but I haven't found one here. I mean, I've only been here 2 months, but that's like one of the things that I really love to do. So if there's any interest in a book club, please let me know in the comments. I put up a poll. I'm sure it's probably closed by now, but I was just wondering if people were interested in it and if you'd only be interested if it was like free and on Fable, or if you would do it even if it's on Patreon. It'd be a $5 Patreon at most, just because there's a lot of work that goes into running a book club, especially if you're a crazy type A like me and I would want to do all kinds of fun things. Just let me know, because I know like everyone has a book club and I'm not that big of a creator, so I don't want to just kind of be throwing another book club into the void if it's not something that people like would actually want to do. But I'll do a tiny book club, I don't care. Anyways, that's it. I just wanted to throw that out here in the beginning because I do mention it at the end and I was like, I don't know how many people will see it. First things first, I found the reading tracker. She suffered some who knows what happened to it, but something did. I went through and the last time I updated it was for my May reads. So June, July, August, and now September could all go on here. I calculated all the points. I don't have the markers and the coordination to color it. I know I have 19 points. So I'm at 43 plus 19. You guys can do that math because I'm sure as heck not going to do it right now. Real quick before we get into the game, let's go through what I did read off of the TBR from last month. My challenge was earn a point for every book I read that I already owned. And I read, what did I read? 5 books last month? Let's look. In September, I read 5 and 1 was on my Kindle. So I read 4 books that I already owned, which is exciting. I should tell you what books I didn't read that were on the TBR. My apologies. I did not read The Cloisters, Secret History, The Atlas Paradox, First Down, or Surviving Savannah. I had 9 on the TBR and I read 4 of them. Also, everything I read last month was a 4-star and above, so that was really exciting. A 5-star read from last month was Daydream. I loved this. As an eldest daughter, I felt incredibly seen, and I am in the group of people who thinks this cover is beautiful. If you don't know what this is about, this is the 3rd book in the Icebreaker series. It's a hockey romance. Hockey romances are my weakness. I can say that. So I love them. I know they're not for everybody, and I know Hannah Grace's writing style isn't for everybody, but I am obsessed with them. This one is easily my favorite of the 3. Definitely my favorite one. 5 stars to Daydream. My mood read I read this month, I read a novel love story and I gave this one 4 stars. There were just a couple things that were a little weird to me. The concept of this book, this girl's going on like a book club retreat and no one can make it this year, but she's just having like a rough time. And so she's like, I'm gonna go by myself. And somehow her car, she like swerves in the rain and she ends up in the small town of her favorite book series, which just sounds so like something I want to happen to me. For some reason, she just genuinely hates the main male character that you meet, and it just felt random, for lack of a better word. And honestly, if it wasn't for that, I would have liked this book a lot more, but it is, I wish I could find the part that drove me so crazy. Like, it just randomly, she's like, I can't explain why, but I just hate him so much. And I was like, and nothing happens with that. Like, if something happened with that, it would have made more sense, but nothing happens with that, and I don't understand why it was here. I did really enjoy this. It was a fun, like, cozy, romantic read. I love Ashley Poston's writing. I just want to understand why she hates this guy right off the bat. That made no sense to me. Oh my gosh. My other 5-star read from this month, A Feather So Black. Holy cow. I love the like tricky fae, the like Cruel Prince kind of fae. Not the ACOTAR kind of fae. I mean, I like them too. But the ones that are like, they can't lie and they're really sneaky and there's more like court drama and politics. I love that. I love The Cruel Prince. It's one of my favorite series. I mean, so is A Court of Thorns and Roses, but different categories in my mind. This was so transportive and intriguing and I could not put it down. Like, I Had to know what was gonna happen. I want the next book. I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know who to believe. Every time I thought I had figured it out, I hadn't. Oh, it's so good. The concept of this book is, what's her name? Fia. Rhea. Hello? She is a changeling. She was swapped with the human princess because the Fae stole these 12 human girls, and she gets swapped with the princess. And the queen raises her as like her adopted daughter, but she has magical abilities. And so the queen gets like this vision from her seer who explains that the princess and all the other human girls are turned into swans and they live in this Fae area, and Fia can go save them with the help of her childhood friend. And so they go and they're trying to save the princess and her friends. And it totally kind of gave me 12 Dancing Princesses retelling. Like, these girls turn into swans at night, and then, or they turn into people at night, and then they go off and they do things, and then they turn back into swans. So good. Totally didn't see so much coming. Some stuff I did see coming, but it was just, oh, I'm obsessed with it. I need to see if this author has any other books because I loved this that much. Amazing read. And then the fourth and final one that I read off the TBR was Fate Calls the Elf Queen. I finally read this. I don't know why I put it off for so long because I love this series so much. 4.5 stars. It was a little slow in the middle, but I didn't really mind. But this plot of these 3 books so far, the 4th one is not out yet. So unique and different to me personally. You may have read something like it. I have not. This book did something that I feel like could have gone one of 2 ways, and it could have gone really poorly, and J.M. Curl did such a good job, and I am just so impressed. I love this series so much. It's one of my favorite series. God tier, obsessed. Not enough people read it. It's on Kindle Unlimited. It's on Kindle Unlimited if you have that. But I freaking love these. The first one is Bow Before the Elf Queen, if you're interested. And I am now so far removed from the first book, I don't think I could accurately tell you what it's about without spoiling things. So hang on. This is the first one. And it says, in hiding all her life, Layla prepares for the day the wicked High Elf King Thane comes to steal her, his powerful mate. She trains to take her revenge for the wrongful execution of her parents who died for her freedom. Now that this day has come, forcing her to come face to face with what she's hidden from, a dangerous dark-haired warrior king determined to marry her. After she's shoved into a black carriage pulled by 6 ominous steeds, Layla makes plans to take her captor's life and free herself. But Thane has a secret that makes it impossible for Layla to slay him. She has an even darker truth that makes loving her forbidden no matter how much Thane wants to touch. I love this book. There's also, if you like Lahaba from Crescent City, who's like one of my favorite side characters, she has a side character named Tiff a Pine, who I just imagine as a small human pine cone. She's not, but like that's always what I think of. And I love Tiff. She's so cute and fun. But that is it for the ones I've read. So including those, I'm up 19 points, which is exciting. Good reading month. I feel like I got on a roll at the end of September. Like, I feel like I read all of these books in like 4 days at the end of the month. So I'm hoping I can just kind of keep it going and pump out some good reads in October. I want to get some good fall reads. All right, let's get into the game. Let's get started. First things first is our challenge cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Earn a point for every romance trope I read, max 3. Earn a point for every series I finish, max 4. Earn a point for every sci-fi I read, max 3. Okay. This one's pretty easy because I'm not really worried about this one, but I would love to finish some series, maybe even film a finishing series I'm in the middle of vlog. So we're gonna go for this one. I would love to actually get some points off of the challenge this month, so we will see. I may really try to focus on that. All right, I'm sticking with the 4-sided die and the 6-sided die. We're down here. We are ready to begin. My goal is really to get some fall TBR books onto this TBR, so we'll see how we do. An 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, mystery prompt first. A book with multiple POVs. Okay, party people, we're back on the floor so you can see the cart. I do have a couple new books. My parents bought me some books, and my husband bought me some books. So, got some fun little goodies. But I also decided I really wanted to try the Aardvark book box. I haven't had like a book of the month book subscription. I have Fairy Loot, which I love because getting special editions is really fun. But I really just wanted something with like new releases kind of vibes, and so I did Aardvark. This isn't sponsored. I wish it was. but I got 2 books that were on my fall TBR. I was really excited. And so I got The Warm Hands of Ghosts and Lady Macbeth. If you have gotten tired of your book subscription box and you kind of want to change it up, I'm really excited to try Aardvark and see what books they have. And I feel like the quality of these is a lot better than a different book subscription box I used to have. So I'm really excited about these, and these are going on my fall TBR. Hopefully, maybe we can get one of them on the TBR today. Also, their bookmark was really fun. Look at this. It's their little logo with the aardvark ears. All right, let's get into our first prompt, which is a book with multiple POVs. Okay, so I have the book cart here. We will have to swivel, but my fall TBR is over here that has, I didn't want to like cram everything on the cart. So I have 2 shelves of books that were fall TBR. That's where we're at. So multiple POV. Unfortunately, I do know that I could do the Atlas 6. I don't know if I want to do that one again. So let's take a gander. Let's look through. I really want to read. I'm currently really in the mood for thrillers and some like really good romantasy. That is where I am. I would love to read a lot of thrillers. This is not, okay. For a second I was like, what am I looking for? Multiple POVs. This one is not multiple POV, but we're gonna put her. Is the Crimson Moth multiple POV? I think it is. Okay, this might be an option. It is, okay. So this is an option, the Crimson Moth. And I've seen a lot of people lately saying that this is like on their fall TBR, and it wasn't on like my radar for fall, but if people are saying it's a good vibe for fall, I can be persuaded. Okay, Crimson Moth is an option. Should we pivot and look at the fall TBR together? I brought you with me. Okay, so it's these 2. I'm gonna see if any of these are multi-POV. Okay, Morbidly Yours is dual POV. This one doesn't seem to be. Let's check Belladonna. I also don't think this one is. There was one that I was like, oh, I should check this one. What was it? I just thought of it. Oh, Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Nope. Okay. Ugh, my hand. I'm between Crimson Moth or Morbidly Yours. Morbidly Yours is admittedly on my fall TBR. I really don't know. I feel like I don't need this on the TBR to be convinced to read it, but I don't know if I'll pick this up if it's not on the TBR. But also, I really want to read both of these. This is a tough... This one has been on the TBR before. I think I want to read this one. I'm just really in a fantasy mood, which is so sucky for the like few fall romances I have, because I do want to read them, but I just really want to read fantasy and thrillers right now. Okay, I need to put Morbidly Yours back over there. A 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, genre. We're really cruising. Thriller. This is literally the best genre I could have pulled for October. I'm so excited. I don't own a ton of thrillers physically because I either own ones that I've already read that I'm obsessed with and I want to recommend, or I read them on my Kindle or from the library because I don't feel like a thriller is really something I'm ever going to reread. So I don't tend to buy a ton of them. I like to read them on Kindle Unlimited. Now I do have some, keyword being some. So we'll see. I know I have The Golden Spoon. Is 5 Survive considered a thriller? It's a YA thriller, I feel like. But it's a road trip for spring break. It's not very fall of me. There are thrillers up on this shelf that I haven't read. I'm not sure if any of them are necessarily jumping out at me, but I think there might be some on the fall TBR. Take a look. Figure I can just pull any of them off. Okay, I see The Heiress and, a Riley Sager book. Wait, there's a Riley Sager on the cart. Lock Every Door. Is that the only one on the cart? That's a thriller. Golden Spoon. I said that one. There's nothing on the back, right? Okay. I almost thought the back was full of books. Okay, hang on. Let me grab the thrillers that are over here on the fall shelf. This is really funny because I have Lock Every Door by Riley Sager on the cart, and then I have The Only One Left by Riley Sager that was on the fall TBR, and then 2 Rachel Hawkins books, The Heiress and The Wife Upstairs. But that is it for thrillers that were on the fall TBR in the cart. I do have, how many do I even have up there? I think I have like 6 thrillers up on the shelf, but there are so many ones on Kindle Unlimited. I feel like I should read one of these. So let's take a gander. I'm gonna take a look at the first page. I feel like the only one left is the one I want to read the most. I'm not gonna lie to you, reading the first couple pages of these did not help me at all because they, oddly enough, all sounded appealing. This one said September at the beginning, and I feel like someone said that the only one left is like a great one to read during fall. So I think I'm torn between these two. Let's go with the only one left, just because I need to read the Rachel Hawkins books too, so this isn't a fair excuse. We're just gonna go with this one. I was gonna say, let's go with that one because there's a Riley Sager book I wanna buy, but I am trying to not buy books from authors if I haven't read all the books by them I already have. If that makes sense? But the same thing, I think Rachel Hawkins has a new book out that I want anyways. So like, I wasn't gonna do myself a service by doing that. Ooh, that's a 6 and a 2, so another 8. Ooh, okay, I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cover art. A book with an orange cover. Very fall. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if I have a book with an orange cover. Here's the real issue with this one. I have, oddly enough, a lot of books on my TBR that have orange covers. None of them are on the cart at the moment or the fall TBR, I don't think. So we're gonna look through, but I'm not optimistic that it's gonna be either of those locations. Haunts me. Sometimes I think to myself, is my husband rigging the cards that I pull so that I have to keep reading Brandon Sanderson books? And admittedly, this is a book I would like to read before the end of the year, so I would be really happy if I read it this month. The third and final book in Mistborn Era 1. My husband has now read the first. He's read this, he's read Warbreaker, and now he's finished the first Way of Kings book. And we're supposed to be reading these together. Obviously, he's beating me by a lot. So maybe I can put this on the TBR and not tell him and catch up. This is Hero of Ages, the third book in the Mistborn trilogy. You're wondering why I'm looking so defeated. It's just because these take a lot of brain power. My husband said he flew through this one, and I feel like that means a lot coming from him, so I feel like I should be able to read it. And I don't know why I'm not like a book put offer kind of person, but there's something about these where I'm like, they're just really long, and they're all I read for like a very long period of time. And so I'm just like, it consumes a lot of my time, and so I tend to put them off, but I'm gonna pick it up. Well, I'm gonna hope that I pick it up. A 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another mystery. Wow, are we just gonna get straight through the board? No sendbacks? Ooh, anticipated read. Exciting. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm eating my spicy lunch between choosing books. I had a really spicy bite just then. Okay, the hard thing with this is not how to interpret it, but like I'm trying to decide like, what am I anticipating? Like I'm just really excited to read it basically is how I'm gonna take that. I don't know what I'm like dying to pick up, honestly. Like nothing on the cart is really jumping out at me. I was really excited. My mom got me this when we were in Target. I was really excited for this because I feel like people are like really loving this book right now. So I feel like this could be an option. The Games Gods Play. I don't really think there's anything else up there that I'm really anticipating. I did get Happy Medium for fall. It sort of could be anticipated because it's anticipated in the way that I like really wanted to get a fun book for fall. I feel like we'll have the most luck looking at the fall TBR, which of course I'm looking at and nothing's jumping out at me. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Games Gods Play because there's really no other one that I'm looking at that I'm like, I'm just dying to read this. I think there unfortunately are a lot on my Kindle, but I'm really trying to read some physical ones this month. We'll see. I do think this is on Kindle Unlimited, but I really honestly loved these sprayed edges. So we'll do the Games Gods Play. I heard literally such good things from my friend Maggie about this. Look at how pretty the inside is. That's what we're gonna have to go with. I feel like I'm just not seeming that stoked about any of these, and I'm sorry. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, guess choice. Book from a subscription box. I could do either of the Aardvark books that I have, but I really, really We have 3 fantasy and only 1 thriller. And I don't think either of those are considered thrillers, but we'll check. But I'm going to grab the thrillers that are from a book subscription box down from my shelf really quick. Okay. I have these 5 from a book of the month subscription I used to have. And then I have the 2 from Aardvark. I think that's really it for fall TBR. So let's take a look at the ones. Okay. The Last Party is set on New Year's Eve, so I'm not in the mood to read that one. This is a thriller, but I think it's set during summer. Oh, but it's set in winter now. I read the first page of the thrillers. None of them have me hooked, which is really upsetting. So let's look at the Aardvark books. First up is Lady Macbeth. You guys, what is happening? None of these are jumping out at me. I am sad. I could try Babel, but that's huge. I don't know. Should I just pick one? Maybe I should look on Goodreads and see if any of them have like really good reviews maybe? Because I don't know. None of them look that good to me. Okay, I think I'm gonna rule out these 2. Truthfully, the one that looked the best was Everything We Didn't Say. And I don't know if that looks that appealing. It has a 3.75. Oh, it's one of those ones that's a true crime podcast. I'm peeved. You guys, I don't know what to pick. Should I look at Babel? I swear some of these other ones, I thought they were book of the month books. Oh, well, I could do something that came from Fairy Loot. Hold on. I didn't have luck with the Fairy Loot ones. I did pull 3 more book of the month books that I found. I have Piranesi, I'm not saying that right. I do have the Cartographers, which I literally keep saying I want to read, and then if it's on the TBR, I don't read it, so maybe this is my sign to read it. But I also have Babel, which is dark academia, very fall. So let's examine these ones. Okay. I've spent too much time trying to decide. We're gonna do the Cartographers, because I feel like if I don't read this year, I might lose my cool, which is not very kind, and I shouldn't lose my cool. But I've had that book for a long time. Like, when was that a book of the month book? The answer is too long ago. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oop, a Raven card. You drive all the way to the bookstore and they are closed. Go back 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Title. 5 or more word title. That almost always rules out like all romance, which is fine. The Wren and the Holly Library. Lord of the Fading Lands. Lord of the Fading Lands. The Inheritance of Orcadia Divinia. I'm sure I'm still saying that one wrong. Zur Options. None of them are really jumping out at me. Things We Hide from the Light. The Will of the Many. That's 5. Let's look this way. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. That's a really good one. That might be the right choice. I think I might do that one. I got this last fall and I didn't read it, so I feel like this is a great prompt, and I don't have any romance in there, and I might need some to break it up. Because the other ones, there were other ones, for sure, but this one I think is speaking to me the most. We'll do that one. A 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cover. A book with a cover I dislike. Ooh, okay. I'll be honest, I hate the Naturals covers. Like, I don't like these at all. So I could do All In. I don't really think I care. I don't know if dislike is the right word, but I don't really think I feel any type of way about Lord of the Fading Lands. Those are all fine. Okay, let's take a glance at some fall books. This is hard because I don't feel like there's a lot of books where I like just straight up don't like their cover. Ooh, I know one. And I know that now there's new covers, but I do not like the Stalking Jack the Ripper cover. Let's try this one. I feel like a lot of people have talked about it and it's kind of giving me like dark fall vibes, so I feel like it could be a good one. This is such a strange TBR. Like, truly peculiar. 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. A book that is 500 plus pages. This might be the most upsetting prompt of them all. I don't understand why I keep putting it back in there. I think I hate myself. Okay, looking at the books over here, there's a couple that might be over 500. We'll check. Where Dreams Descend is 440. I'm sure this one is 450. 488. 440. Binding 13 is over 500 pages, so that's our first option for this. Was not looking at reading Binding 13 this month. I don't even think I need to check, but I'm sure Babel, whichever one, is over 500. Oh my gosh, wait, is it not? Oh no, it is, okay. It's an option. Let's look at the cart. Ooh, okay, well, I feel like I'm not gonna get to it, which would be such a bummer, but I actually have really been thinking a lot about Furyborn, the second Furyborn book. Let's see if I can get to it. I don't think anything on the top shelf is over 500, but holy cow. Okay, come on, folks. I've really been thinking about this series a lot. This is over 500. Okay. I bet you this is also over 500. 600 something. I also have the Nightingale. It's over 500. And I have the Will of the Many, which I don't even know if I need to pull it out, but I'm pretty sure it's over 500. Okay, I'm gonna put back Babel and Binding 13 because neither of those are really speaking to me. I feel as though I should read one of those, both of those, when I'm in the mood. Okay. 2 of these would be continuing a series that I'm in the middle of. One would be reading another Kristen Hanna book, which I do love Kristen Hanna books. And this one I know is like one of the most popular. But this is fantasy, sci-fi, or historical fiction. And I have romantasy, like high fantasy, I think another romantasy, a thriller, kind of like a dark academia one, a romance. So I could throw in any of these in here. I'm gonna have to do a page read. It's the only way. Okay. I am between Kingsbane and the Nightingale. It's tough because I've really been wanting to read this, but I started this, like I just read the first page, and her writing is just so captivating. I really don't know which one to do. This is a tough call. Kingsbane. Sure. I don't know. I don't know. I second guessed it the second I said it. I think I'm gonna do Nightingale just because it adds some variety. I do really, really, really want to read this. That was so difficult for me. For no reason, except I was being silly. Well, I think we're gonna roll right off the board. And that would be it. Quite the TBR I have this month. Let's go back through. Okay. Book that's over 500 pages, The Nightingale. A book with a cover I dislike, Stalking Jack the Ripper. 5 or more word title, Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Oh my gosh, I said that right. That's a win. Book from a book subscription box, Cartographers. I better read that book this month. Anticipated read, The Games Gods Play. Book with an orange cover, Hero of Ages. Y'all, this stack is too thick. A thriller, The Only One Left. And then a book with multiple POVs, The Crimson Moth. This is quite the silly stack. It's very dark. Very dark and ominously toned. All right. Well, here's to hoping I read more than I've read the past few months. I'm optimistic. I think these look pretty good. I'm not sure how many of these I'll get through, because how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 books. Wouldn't it be crazy if I read all of these? It would be, and I probably won't. But I'd like to think that I have a chance, even though I really don't. But alas, that is it for this month. I do have a reading vlog I'm currently filming that'll be up this month, and hopefully some other things floating around that I'm gonna get to. But I also put up a poll the other day. If you are interested in a book club, I would love it if you went and answered that poll. I don't know how long they'll stay up. Or if you just commented down below. I was thinking about doing a Fable book club, maybe a Patreon later on. I know I'm not like a huge creator, but I also just feel like I really want a book club. I used to have a great in-person book club, and then I had another good one when I moved, and now here I haven't been able to find anything, and I just would love a book club and have some friends to talk about, but I feel like everyone has one online, so I don't know if there's a need for a book club or if anyone would be interested in it. So if you would be interested, just let me know. If you would only do it if it was on Fable, free, or if you'd be interested in it even if I did it on Patreon. I'd only do like a $5 Patreon, but it's just hard sometimes to coordinate something like that because I get really invested in it, and then obviously I have other responsibilities. So alas, I don't want to do it if there's not people interested in it. But I mean, I'm happy with like a 5-person book club. So if there's 5 of us, we can make a book club and call it a day. But let me know if you're interested in that below. It'll just help me. I'd love some feedback. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Enjoy your spooky month of reading.